Hi friends, welcome back to Leonyx Tarot, and today's pick a card reading is going to be all about the lessons that are available to you from this current situation. Now this is a reading where you can pick more than one pile if you want to, depending on if you have more than one situation in mind when you come to this. And yeah, we're just going to generally see what the lessons are that you can be learning from this, just to kind of shed some light on it. And because if you can get some more information on what it is that you can learn from the situation, then it can help you to integrate it and as part of your healing journey. So we have 3 piles to choose from: pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Feel free to pause the video if you need to, and make sure that you are grounded and centered, and you can do this by taking a few deep breaths and then see which pile you are drawn to the most, and I will see you in your pile. Hi there, pile 1. So this is your pile, and we're going to take these 3 oracle cards first to kind of gauge where you are right now and the situation that you're asking about. So this is like your energy check part of the reading, just so that you can kind of gauge whether this is your pile or not. And if this doesn't resonate, then it could be that there's a message for you in another pile, because if you aren't grounded and centered enough when you choose your pile, then it can reflect in the reading as well. So I'm going to take a look at these. We have Stolsar activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. And we have a challenge with dragon fruit. And we also have first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. So the situation that you're going through right now, you may feel like you're in the dark about it, and you can't really see the light at the end of the tunnel. Or it's that things are hidden from you and they aren't obvious to you as to why you're in the situation or what it is that you're supposed to be learning from it. But it's part of your soul growth and a soul contract that you had before you came here to Earth. For some of you, it may be that this soul contract is a lesson and something for the other person that is part of the situation that you're asking about. It's for them to learn, but there are also, I think for the majority of you, it's going to be that it's something that you are here to learn. You may resonate with ancient Egypt and those times, because I'm being drawn to the imagery here, which is reminding me of ancient Egypt, and I think it's Horus that's normally depicted as a bird. Also, Merkabahs might be significant to you as well with the symbology, but there is something about your higher chakras, and you may find that you are intuitively downloading information, and you may know things intuitively rather than logically working it out. There may be snippets of information that come to you and seemingly out of the blue around this situation that are your intuitive nudges and your higher self coming through to help guide you through this, because it feels very much like you're trying to feel the situation out intuitively, and you're using your intuition and your senses rather than logically working through it, because of the bat that's here in the imagery. They obviously use sonar because they can't see that well. They use sonar to navigate their way through life, And also with the only real colours that we have here in these cards are purple and greens. So this is very much that you are coming from a heart-centered place, as well as using your intuition to guide you through this situation. And with the card here of the first quarter moon in Virgo, and assess the situation, it could be that you need to, if you find that you're getting swamped down in your emotions and you are struggling to see the situation clearly, it may be that you need to shift and to bring a little bit of your logical mind into things as well. And we have a lady here, and it's almost like she's in the lotus position, meditating on the situation. And it could be that you need to you may find yourself needing to or wanting to take a step back from the situation so that you can see it more clearly and assess it with a more logical mind. Also, a Virgo placement may be significant if you're looking for an additional confirmation, or the person in this situation could have a Virgo placement in their chart as well, just as additional confirmation there. And you may also be a bit of a night owl, or this situation is keeping you up at night where you're thinking about it and trying to process it. I'm also getting the sense that there is something significant in your dreams at the moment. So you may be getting intuitive downloads while you're asleep, and they may be coming through in your dreams. So that's something to keep in mind. You may want to start a dream journal. So you're writing down your dreams and really kind of working out what it is that they're trying to tell you as well. So hopefully this has given you a bit of information as to whether this is your pile or not. And we are going to get into the tarot. And we're going to use the tarot to see what the lessons are from this situation that you can be integrating, and just kind of getting you a little bit more information there. Just going to give this one more shuffle. So, Spirit. What lessons are my pile ones learning, please, from this situation? What lessons are my pile ones learning from this situation? And Page of Needles. What lessons are my pile ones learning from this situation, please, Spirit? What lessons are my pile ones learning? Six of Presents in reverse. What are my pile ones learning from this situation? What lessons are there in this situation, please, Spirit, for my pile ones? What can pile one learn from this situation, please, Spirit? What can pile one learn from this situation? 10 of Candles in reverse. And we have the Two of Presents in reverse as well. And on the back of the deck we have the Eight of Needles. So this situation, it's the overall message is of learning not to not to put those self-imposed limitations on yourself, and to really just be mindful of how you're seeing things and the perspective that you're coming from. Because things in life aren't always fair, they aren't always balanced, and there isn't always closure. And by going through this, it's allowing you to be okay with the unknown, and not to limit yourself into thinking or feeling like you have to see things through to the end. If something isn't working for you and you can clearly see that, then it's okay to redirect and to change your course. You can assess a situation at any point and decide that it no longer serves you, and that it's okay to redirect yourself and to go in a different direction in life, whether it be a relationship, work, it doesn't matter what the situation is. You're allowed to change your mind and to find the clarity in the situation, to be able to see it for what it is. And it feels very much like what you're going through right now. And you may have a tendency to, a lot of us do it, there's no judgment on it, when it comes to how we interact with people, a lot of us have a tendency to expect the other person in the situation to handle things and react and put in the same amount of effort as what we would. So, because that's how we filter life, and how we make sense of it is through our own individual lens, and we anticipate and expect people to react in the same way as what we would to a situation. And it feels very much like this is an opportunity for you to integrate and be okay with the fact that not everyone sees things the same way as what you do. Because it's going to allow you to have more clarity and more peace in yourself once you integrate this and realize that, okay, we can logically realize that everyone is different and people don't react the same to a situation as what we do, but to really integrate it and feel it is a whole different thing. And by doing that and really making peace with it, and being able to sit with the unknown and be okay with other people not reacting the same as what we would, even though it may not make sense to us. And obviously, as long as no one's getting physically hurt and things like that, it's okay to be okay with people being different to us and handling situations differently to what we would, even though we may be able to see the solution to the situation, but because the other person can't see it, it can be harder to reach a resolve. And it's okay, you don't have to stick this out and to fix the other person, because it's down to them. That's their lessons to learn and their thing to integrate, and it's not your responsibility, because you're playing your role by in their learning and their growth by showing up and showing them a different way of seeing things. But you can't force them to see it from your point of view. And even though you may care deeply about the situation or this person, it doesn't mean that you have to keep dragging yourself over hot coals. It's that thing of, don't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. So your real challenge here is to be able to see this situation clearly, and it feels very much like you're being supported by spirit to free yourself from this mental cage that you've put yourself in with this situation, of feeling like you may feel like you don't have a way out, but the situation is very unbalanced, and it doesn't feel like you are getting back what you're putting into the situation, which is why you're being asked to assess and really think about what it is that's right for you, because it may be that you need to walk away from the situation, and that's going to be what the challenge is. But that feels very much what you're going through at the moment, and the lessons that you're learning through this, because you've done everything that you can, but it's time to free yourself. It could be that you need to free yourself from this situation, but there's definitely a need to take a step back and find that clarity and balance within yourself. Because it's a time of healing. With the 10 of Candles here in reverse, when it's upright, it talks about being stabbed in the back and things like that, but with it in reverse, it's a time of healing, a time of being able to see things clearly and know your worth. It feels very much about stepping into your power, not allowing this situation to make you feel trapped any longer, which is the whole point of this situation, was for you to go through this. It doesn't feel like it's been a bed of roses, and it's been quite a challenging situation for you to be in and to experience, but it's triggering your healing, and it's an opportunity for you to really step into your power. It's about taking back your power and really being able to see your value and your worth. But it's going to be your choice to really be able to distance yourself enough from it so that you can see things clearly, and to free yourself from the mental trappings of it. So I think that's all I have for you there. So we're going to move on and get you some messages from Spirit. We're going to use these little ones here, just to kind of get some encouraging messages from Spirit, and to see how Spirit is supporting you through this situation, because these are the lessons that you're learning at the moment through going through this. So how is Spirit supporting pile 1 right now? Do we want that one, Spirit? Yeah? Okay. What lessons? No, what more lessons? What do you want pile 1 to know right now, Spirit? How are you supporting them? Freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. Yeah, it feels very much like that is what you're being encouraged to do. And we also have courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength and determination. What else do you want pile 1 to know, please, Spirit? What other messages do you have for pile 1, please, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile 1? What do you want them to know? If I can pick this up. And we have Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. Yes, and that starts with you, pile 1. A lot of us have a tendency to put others first and forget to nourish ourselves. But I think for you at the moment, it's that you are being asked to really take care of yourself right now, and to really focus on your own self-love, because it's going to help support you through this as well. So what other messages do you have for pile 1, please, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile 1? And we have Magnificence. You are amazing, significant and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. So yes, pile 1, you are enough. You may have struggled during this situation with your own self-worth and really valuing yourself, and that's part of the lessons that you're integrating from this situation, or there's an opportunity to integrate that and to learn to really value and love yourself and know what it is that you bring to the table. And on the back of the deck we have Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant loving light, which I think is part of the downloads that you are getting at the moment through your higher chakras, and particularly through your crown chakra, because you see how there's almost a stream of water coming down over this Merkaba and then coming down into the crown chakra here of this I'm not sure what bird it is. I think it might be a hawk. But it's coming down through the crown chakra, and it's the same for you, pile 1. You're getting the information from your higher self and from source coming down, and it's enabling you to really start to see your own value and your own worth. And if I'm getting an additional message to work with your sacral chakra. If you work with energy, or you work with meditation, and whether that be... Okay, so the message that I'm getting is to bring a white light down. Using your mind's eye and your imagination, bring a white light down from the center of the universe or source or your higher self, whatever it is that resonates for you the most, and bring that light down through your crown chakra, down through your body. So it'll pass through your third eye, your throat chakra, down through your heart chakra, down through your solar plexus, and really root that into your sacral chakra, which is located just below your belly button, and allow that to really integrate the healing at this time as well. So yeah, that's something that Spirit is asking you to do, to really kind of integrate the healing and allow you to nurture yourself, because it connects you with your creative energy center and womb center, which will facilitate deep healing as well. So I think that's all I have for you, pile 1. Thank you ever so much for letting me read for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so. And I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. So this is going to be your energy check part of the reading. Hopefully this will let you know whether this reading is for you or not. And if it isn't, then there may be a message for you in another pile, or feel free to check out one of my other readings. If you find that when you're choosing piles they aren't quite resonating, then partly it could be because I'm reading for a collective, or it could be that you need to make sure that you are grounded and before you choose your pile. But we're going to take a look at these. So we have Thoth, light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. And we also have communication, fishbone with fishbone cactus. And we also have last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. So yes, this feels very much about communication. You may have a blockage in your throat chakra, because that's what the cactus is making me think of, because it's prickly and uncomfortable. And so if you're suffering with sore throats, or you're getting like a discomfort in your throat, or you're having trouble, like if you're trying to talk about something that you don't feel overly confident speaking about, or I don't know quite how to describe it, but sometimes when we're trying to communicate our feelings or something that we're not confident talking about, it can trigger, if there's a blockage in our throat chakra, it can make us cough, or you know, you'll go to say something and you'll suddenly feel like you've got a lump in your throat, or there's like a dry, tickly cough that comes on, and it's because there's a blockage in the throat chakra if that happens. And with this card here of talk less, feel more, in the last quarter moon in Pisces, it could be that you are currently paying lip service in this situation, where you aren't being true to yourself and you aren't connecting with how you truly feel about the situation, but you are saying what you think people want to hear rather than how you truly feel about it. So it could be important for you to take time to drop into your emotions and actually be true to yourself, because you have the knowledge already. With this owl here, you're very knowledgeable, you're very in tune and in touch with your emotions, but you aren't necessarily showing that to others and really communicating how you feel about the situation and how it's affecting you and how it's making you feel. But with this being in the last quarter, it's that last phase before the moon hits the full moon, which is when the energy is at its highest. And so this is making me think of there's going to be a breakthrough, or there's going to come a point where you just can't keep your feelings to yourself anymore, and you're going to speak your truth, and you are being encouraged to, because with Thoth here, with light codes and light initiation, although this is linked more with your higher chakras, like your crown chakra, because of the blue in the card, it's very much making me feel like it's whatever these light codes are that are coming down and that you are integrating at the moment in this situation, they are going to have a direct effect on your ability to communicate and how you communicate with others. We can be a little bit clumsy when we first start speaking our truth to people, and it can come out a little bit blunt, and sometimes it can be taken the wrong way and seem rude. But we have to, when we're healing, it's when our communication has been suppressed so much, because it's like a sliding scale. So and, or I should say more like a pendulum. So we can be down one end completely, where we are suppressing our communication and suppressing how we truly feel about a situation and speaking our truth. But to be able to find that middle ground, we have to swing completely the other way, and it can come out rather, as I say, rather blunt, rude and things like that. But it's part of the healing process, and sometimes it can be that jolt that the person needs to hear, because it makes them realise how much they've affected you, and you've got to your breaking point where you have just said it. You've not stopped to filter like you normally would, and it's just come out. But you need to go through that process, and don't be hard on yourself if you're in that situation where you have swung completely the other way and you are being really blunt and to the point, because you need to go through that to find your middle ground. And that's just part of the healing process, and which feels like, if you aren't experiencing that at the moment, it's something that will be coming. So, but by working, even if you decide to work with your throat chakra, that could be quite helpful for you at the moment, to help you to really start healing your communication skills and being able to have good boundaries, because that's part of communicating as well. Having strong boundaries, because our communication and throat chakra is how we assert those, and how we really teach people how to treat us as well. But yeah, it feels very much like Spirit is supporting you, helping you through this situation, and you are getting downloads, but it feels very subtle. Because pile 1 were getting downloads as well, but it felt more in your face and obvious, whereas with you, pile 2, it feels like they are more subtle, and you may not notice what is an intuitive nudge or a downloaded piece of information, and what is you, kind of thing. Although we're all connected, and you are connected with your higher self and source as a whole, it feels like you might not know straight away what is you and what is Spirit coming through. Meditation may also be very helpful for you. I know I say that quite a lot, but with the position that they're sitting in, and also crystals as well, because it looks like she's holding a crystal. It's making me think of a crystal geode. So you've got all the natural crystal on the inside, because they come in, I haven't got one to show you, but they come in like round lumps that get cut in half and opened up. So this could also be a metaphor for you. You're being cracked open, but there is something about the duality and finding that balance within yourself as well, to be able to balance and integrate the physical with your spiritual aspects as well. But yes, so you may find crystals quite helpful at the moment, and I'm being drawn to amethyst as well. I did have a piece of amethyst around here, but I don't know where I've put it. But yeah, so you might find amethyst to be quite helpful, which will also work with your higher chakras as well. So we are going to grab you some tarot, and so in the tarot we are going to, because this is kind of an overview of the situation, so we're going to use the tarot to get more information on the lessons that you are learning from this, or can potentially learn from this situation. It's kind of looking at the reasons to why you're finding yourself in this situation as well, because we can't always see that when we're in the thick of it. So I'm just going to do one more shuffle. So, Spirit, what are the lessons that my pile 2 are learning in this situation? And we have the Wheel of Fortune. What are the lessons that my pile 2s are learning in this situation, please, Spirit? What lessons are my pile 2 learning from this situation? What lessons are there for pile 2 to learn in this situation, please, Spirit? What lessons are there for pile 2 to learn in this situation, please, Spirit? What way up are they? That way. So we also have 4 of Potions and 3 of Needles. Can I get one more, please, Spirit? What lessons are my pile 2s integrating? What can they learn from this situation? What can my pile 2s learn from this situation, please, Spirit? What can my pile 2s learn from this situation? One more card, please. What can my pile 2s learn from this situation? What can my pile 2s learn from this situation? And we have the 2 of Candles. So yeah, things are going to you may be feeling quite isolated, and it feels almost like an alienation in this situation. You have the King of Needles in reverse on the back of the deck there. You may be feeling isolated and alienated because you haven't been speaking your truth and really kind of owning who you are in an outward sort of way. It feels very much like you know who you are internally, but you haven't been vocalizing that to others around you. And it's making you feel separate and different from others. But there is a big lesson in this. With the Wheel of Fortune here in the upright position, things are going to be turning and going in your favour. And it feels very much like by speaking your truth, finding a way to vocalise it and speak your truth. Yes, there are going to be people that fall away, and because they can't see your true value in who you are at a core level, and that's okay, because it's going to allow space for this expansion here to happen with the 2 of Candles, and to make that choice, because 2s are normally about choices. So it's choosing that path that is aligned with who you truly are. It's going to allow this purging to happen. And your lesson is all about trusting in who you are, trusting your own truth. You don't have to be what everyone else wants you to be able to find your tribe and to fit in. So it feels like spirituality may be something that isn't necessarily new to you, but that is new to you for showing in an outward way and really talking about it. But if you continue to keep it to yourself and not be more open about it, it's going to make you feel like, or it could be currently making you feel like you're not emotionally fulfilled, because this is all about your emotional well-being as well, and your spiritual well-being. So by opening up and communicating this with others, and to really show them who you are and what your truth is, it's going to allow others to come in, but it's going to be an active choice on your part as to whether to take that leap and take that step. But I think you will, because it's a very expansive kind of energy. Although it may take you a little bit of time before you do this. And I did this for pile 1, and I think I've got to do this with you pile 2. But you may find Pisces season to be particularly significant, so that would be March time. So depending on when you're seeing this, it may be that this is an internal process that you continue on until Pisces season comes around, so March time. It could also be that either yourself or the person in this situation that you were inquiring about, although it feels more general, but there may be someone who has a Pisces placement in their chart who is significant to you, and it may be that they are either significant in this situation or that they are going to be coming in once you've done this, and they will be they're part of your, it could be that they're part of your soul tribe that will be coming in once you're being true to yourself and communicating who you really are to those around you. With the overall energy here. This feels like it's just reflecting your lack of, I was going to say lack of clarity, but I think that you are clear on who you are, but it's that sense of showing your true self. And also, it feels very much like one of the lessons that you are learning through this is that it's okay to be on your own as well. It's okay to break away from those who aren't in alignment with you and who aren't your people, because when you're authentic with who you are and in your communication, then it's going to draw the people to you who are your tribe, who are your people, but it's also going to make that separation and drifting away of those who aren't your people, because everyone is for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and it feels very much like you are going through that purging stage, or about to go through that purging stage, where you are losing the people who have been with you so far on your journey, but you've reached the point where they can't continue with you onto the next phase of your journey, and they're going to be kind of drifting away, and you won't be quite so close to them, and you may find that you end up drifting away completely and aren't in communication with them anymore. But that's part of your lesson of knowing that you are okay on your own and you have everything within you that you need, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be long before the new people are coming in who are more in alignment with who you are, your true authentic self. And this is a very big life lesson for you that you came here to integrate and to learn, because you have a major arcana card here in the upright position, and it's about just going through those seasons in life, because nothing stays the same and everything changes, and we can't always see where those changes are going to lead us, but we just have to trust in the process and continue on our journey, just taking that one step at a time. So yes, I think that's all that I have for you in the tarot, so we are going to move on to some more oracle cards. So we're going to use these here and get messages from Spirit for you. So Spirit, what do you want to tell my pile twos, please? What messages do you have for my pile twos? What messages do you have for my pile twos, please, Spirit? What messages do you have for my pile twos? We have Ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. So if you've been doubting yourself whether you're ready to start authentically communicating, this is your confirmation that you are ready. Even though you may not 100% feel ready, it's time to take that leap and take that step. That one wants to come out as well. So we also have Strength. You're being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Yes, and that links very much with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to go in your favour, pile two. It's just a matter of having that courage and that belief in yourself that you can handle whatever's going to come, and just going for it. So yeah, what other messages do you have for my pile twos, please, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile two? What other messages do you have for pile two? Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. And that is those around you. So I'm just going to read that again. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. And that is very much the world at large around us, because we can't see how we are truly showing up when we look at ourselves, but if we look at those around us and how they show up with us, they are a reflection of how we are showing up for ourselves. So the more aligned and supportive we are of ourselves, and the more kind and loving we are towards ourselves, the more kind and loving the people around us will be, and the new people that come in. It can be harder to shift those patterns with people that have been in our life for a long time. But it's more truly reflected in the new people that come in and the people that we meet, and how they treat us and show up, because the people that have been in our life for a long time, they are the ones that are reflecting our old patterns and conditionings. So if you want to see how you've been behaving, that's who you look to. And if you want to see how you're showing up now, it will be reflected in the relationships that we've had for a long time, but it will take much more effort, and it can be a lot harder to stay in your new chosen pattern of behaviour and how you want to show up. It's like when you've moved out from home and you haven't been living at home for a long time, but then you go back home for Christmas and the holiday period, and you instantly fall back into those patterns and conditionings with your family that you thought that you had healed and moved away from. It's just that reflection process there with the long-standing relationships. It's much harder to shift from. So we're going to get one more. Can we get another message, please, for my pile twos, Spirit? That one's determined to come out. So we have dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. So pay attention to those. You may want to keep a dream journal so that you can reflect on those and really find your own meaning to them. You can use dream books, but I find that the message that's truly there, it's normally that we need to kind of intuitively look at it and what's going on in our lives, and then you can make notes as to what that means for you. And on the back of the deck we have release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity, which is pretty much what we've been talking about. So yes, it feels very much like it's a time for release for you, and to really step into your authentic self and your authenticity in how you're showing up with others and how you're communicating yourself to others as well. So I hope that this has been helpful in your healing journey, and I really appreciate you being here. I am sending you so much love, and please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so. And I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I hope that you come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. So this is going to be your reading. We've got 3 oracle cards here for your energy check part of the reading, and obviously hopefully you will be able to see whether it resonates from this. If it doesn't, then feel free to check out another pile or to check out one of my other videos if there isn't a message for you here. Normally if a pile doesn't resonate, it's because you haven't grounded yourself properly before choosing. But let's get into this. So we have higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. And we have visualization with Petunia, and we have a last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So this feels very much like you've been on a healing journey, and you've been learning to love yourself and to really appreciate who you are and really value yourself. And it feels like it's time now. You've done so much healing, and it feels like if you've clicked on this reading, then you have been asking whether it is time to really leave the past in the past and to focus on your future, and whether you are ready to step into your new life is what it feels like. And if that's the case, then this is a resounding yes, it is time. It's time for you to not forget what's happened in the past, but to leave it in the past where it belongs. Because if you keep reliving and reimagining and rethinking over everything bad that has happened in the past, it's going to just make it keep reappearing in your life, because we attract what it is that we think about the most, because it brings that emotion up in us and affects our vibrational set point and what we are magnetizing to us. And it is time now for you to really focus on what it is that you want to bring in. Use visualizations and vision boards and all those sorts of things, because all of these cards, they all link with your heart chakra. The colours on them, we have, and I love how it's mirroring. I absolutely love this. You've come into such balance, pile 3. You're in a beautiful, beautiful energy. So let me explain. So this end, we have baby pink, which is the divine feminine energy of the heart chakra. And then this end we have green, which is the divine masculine colour for the heart chakra. But the moon also has almost a pink tint to it. And then with the card in the middle, with the petunia, it's pink with green. So to me, this is all about you finding that divine balance through the healing work that you've been doing. And I'm just so happy for you. The things that you've been through, don't get me wrong, they've been tough, and they may have made you feel like you have been completely cracked open, and like you've been through that tower moment of everything being torn down and having to rebuild yourself from the foundations up. And you've been really, really doing that, and I want to commend you. And like, it's just like a, oh my god, pile 3, you've done so well. You've really been putting in the work, and it's paying off. You've been doing so much healing, and it's time now to allow yourself to open back up to the world, and to really allow yourself to drop those shields that you've been protecting yourself with, because it feels like you've had to protect your heart, and you've had to really protect yourself and put those walls up while you do the work, because you would have been kind of pulled around and sort of, if you hadn't have put those walls up, it would have felt like you were being pulled in different directions, and it would have just got you all turned around and not knowing what way was up. So those walls and shields have been what you've needed. But you are so solid now in who you are, in your worth, loving yourself, and having that compassion and that real sense of self-love, and being okay with who you are and where you're at. And it's funny because this is making me think of a particular person. You'll probably know who you are if you're watching this, because I know that you watch my Leonyx tarot readings, and this feels very much like it is speaking about you. So I'll be very surprised if you are in a different pile. If it is you, hi. It's my friend Gabby. But yeah, pile 3, you've really done the work, and it's really time to start stepping into who you are. And well, I was going to say stepping into who you are, but it feels like you already have, but it's that softening and opening up that is the next stage for you, or the next step. And to really kind of softening and allowing, because it's going to, by leaving the past behind and focusing on the future and allowing yourself to soften and open up, you are going to draw so much to you. You are really going to be stepping into that magician energy where you are just magnetizing everything. Actually, I know I said magician energy, but it's making me feel, as I say that, more like it's an empress energy, that real abundance just being drawn to you. And you don't have to constantly be in a state of doing to bring that to you, because you have that balance between your masculine and feminine. So you intuitively know when to take action and when to soften and receive. But it's really allowing yourself to be okay with that. And I want to get some tarot, because I'm intrigued as to what the lesson is, because it feels like you've learnt so much already. So it will be interesting to see what the lesson is going to be for you, pile 3, that you're learning in this situation. Because it feels like it's mostly about trusting yourself to soften and allow these things to come in, and really focusing on the future and what you want your future to look like. So, Spirit, what lessons are there for my pile threes to learn from this situation? What are my pile threes learning from this situation? Got 2 there. And we have the 3 of presents and the 9 of presents, both in reverse. What are my pile threes learning from this situation, please, Spirit? What are my pile threes learning from this situation? What are my pile threes learning from this situation, please, Spirit? What are my pile threes learning from this situation? What are my pile threes learning from this situation? What are my pile threes learning from this situation, please, Spirit? It feels like there's a bit of reluctance there. What are my pile threes learning from this experience, please? Or what are they integrating? What lessons are there in this situation, please, pile 3? Okay, maybe I need to talk about these first and then get some more because they just don't want to come out right now. So, 3 of presents. This feels very much like you've been good on your own for quite some time, and it's time now to the lessons that you're learning here are to do with allowing others to support you. As I was talking about earlier with the softening and allowing, that's really the lesson that's coming through for you, and to not stunt your progression and growth by not allowing others to support you and to be there for you and to really help you on your journey. It's very much about allowing and softening. And now my ears are ringing. So you might find that you also have clairaudient abilities coming through, where you are hearing spirit as well. So we're going to try and get a little bit more. Can I get some more, please, Spirit? What lessons are my pile threes learning? What lessons are there for my pile threes, please, Spirit? What lessons are there for my pile threes? What lessons are there for my pile threes, please, Spirit? What lessons are there for my pile threes? And we have the 6 of Needles. What lessons are there, please, for pile 3, Spirit? What lessons do we have? And we have the Sun in reverse. It's quite interesting. I didn't think that you'd have cards like this come out. Ace of Potions. Yeah, by allowing others to support you, it's going to enable you to have an emotional new beginning and to really let go of the past completely, because it feels like you may want to defend yourself in some way. It's like because of the shields that you've had up, you may feel that when you allow someone else to help you, then there's going to be some kind of, it's like you feel like it takes something away from your own worth by allowing someone else to do something for you. And that's the lesson that you're integrating by going through this, is learning that it doesn't take away from your value, it doesn't take away from who you are, and that you are so strong and good on your own, but you're going to be denying yourself your complete happiness and joy and fulfillment, because with the sun in reverse here, it's when you allow yourself to soften and allow other people to support you, it's going to allow you to see things with brand new eyes, because that's how Jack sees the world when he goes through into Christmas. I think it's called Christmas Land. My memory is so bad. But when he goes into that other world and really experiences that whole new way of looking at things, that's what it's going to enable you to do, because it's currently in reverse and you're stopping yourself from being able to experience that way of being. But that's the beauty of it, and the lesson that you're learning, that is part of your past that you're leaving behind, because it's going to enable you to level up and to really experience a whole new way of being. And it's going to allow this new experience of love to come in, because of the softening that you're going to be doing, and the opportunities that it's going to bring to you. So this feels very, very straightforward for you, pile 3, but it is about that softening and allowing and receiving, just allowing yourself to receive, and knowing that you are enough as you are. Even though you have worked very hard on your own self-love and finding this balance, there may still be a part of you that is excuse me, that is doubting yourself and doubting your worth as well. Also, something that I forgot to do earlier, you may have Capricorn placements, or a person that is coming in or that is close to you has Capricorn placements as well. Or it could be that Capricorn season is significant to you as part of your healing journey. So it may be that you are still integrating and doing the inner work around receiving and allowing others to help you, and for that support to come in, because it feels like you've already learned to accept the support and allow the support of the universe and spirit, but maybe not so much from the people around you. So it's that last thing that you are kind of integrating at the moment, but you may find that you really start to step into that, and to really start to allow yourself to soften, and just being that allowing energy in Capricorn season. So it's just an additional thing there for you. But we're going to use these now to get some messages from Spirit and see what Spirit has to say to you. So Spirit, what messages do you have for my pile 3s, please? What messages do you have for my pile 3s? What do they need to know? We have dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. This has been a running theme through this reading for all 3 piles. So you may find dream journaling to be helpful for you at the moment. which will help you kind of understand the unique meanings of your dreams to yourself. Because although we can use books, I don't think that they always reflect our true inner workings. And you also have creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. So you may enjoy creating things at the moment because it's going to help you kind of channel that. And it's also, I think creating things is a very beautiful way of marrying together both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because you are using your divine feminine energy to create and incubate that idea, and then your masculine to bring it to fruition and for it to manifest and show up in the world. So let's see what else Spirit has to say to you. What other messages, please, do you have for my pile threes? And we have choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So yes, be very mindful of, as I was saying earlier with vision boards, be very mindful of how you're seeing your future and how you want it to look, and make sure that you aren't coming from a place of fear, and that you're coming from a place of love and a high vibration. So just in case you find yourself slipping back into old patterns. What else, Spirit? Can I have another card, please, for messages for pile 3? What other messages do you have for pile 3, please, Spirit? What other messages do you have for pile 3? Can I get one more, please? Messages for pile 3. And we have vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. So yes, I don't know why I'm also being drawn to, you might find vision quests useful. They're a Native American practice. But yes, this also speaks about your vision boards and actually doing using visualization as well to create the life that you want. And on the back of the deck we have wisdom. See your adversaries. Yes, adversaries. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. So if you're coming up against resistance, just send them love and light, and because it will quite often, if someone is butting up against you, it's because they need healing themselves. And by sending them love and light, you're not excusing them for their behaviour, but you are wishing them the healing that they need so that they can see the situation with more clarity. And because hurt people, so it will allow them to grow as well by sending them love and light, and it enables you to keep your vibration high at the same time. So thank you ever so much for letting me read for you, pile 3. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I am sending you so much love. Feel free to comment, like or subscribe if you feel like doing so, and I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye.